Hi, welcome to Two Tired Teachers.
Today we are starting off on our first extended trip with the van as our tow vehicle. We've taken a couple of shorter trips.
We towed it home from Enid,
which
Oklahoma.
was a couple of 100 miles, and then we towed it over to a park where we left it while we went and got the running boards put on and everything and back, but that's just like 120 miles each way. So,
and on this trip you said be about 900.
That we're actually towing, so the
Yes.
trip itself, once we do our side trips and everything, is going to be well over 1,000 miles. So we are hitched and
about ready to go.
ready to head out, so come along for the journey.
Well, we made it to Eisenhower State Park in Denison.
Stop one of 5. This was just going to be a good... We've driven about, 5 hours today, and it's another
Or 30, something like that.
2.5 hours to get to Broken Bow, which is our next stop. But, man, the van did great. We had an opportunity today. We were on just smaller roads. We were on interstate, and we had a 6% grade. I know that's not a lot for you mountaineers, but it did say for the trucks to use a lower gear.
Yes.
And the van did great. I downshifted, and you could definitely feel the engine
Yes.
pulling and slowing us down. And
Day 2 of towing.
it is day 2 of this trip, but we're going to be here at Beavers Bend State Park for 4 nights?
Yeah, 3 or 4 nights.
I think it is.
It's a huge
We have
park.
driven a long way in the park, and those are really narrow, windy roads, and going up and down Ouachita Mountains. I mean, there are
Yes.
mountains in Oklahoma, and the Ouachita Forest, which we stayed at just out of Hot Springs.
Yes.
It's a huge national forest. Beautiful area, and we'll be making a video of this park.
So be sure and catch that.
But the van did a great job. I have no complaints about it whatsoever, and we're still less than 10,000 miles on the
Yes.
van. Okay, we towed today from Beavers Bend State Park across to Chickasaw National Recreation Area, and actually, the first time, it's been 4 years, we've always been able to leave kind of between showers and stuff, and first time we really left during a shower, and this doesn't have a whole lot to do with, it does some with the towing, but we had gone, and when we're unhitched, we check out dump stations, make sure they're accessible if we're going to be unhitched, and we had checked out the one nearest us. Cement over the top of it, so we had gone over to the next camping loop and found their dump station, got over there today, and because we'd had several days of showers, let's just say it was full, and so we also towed with the tanks full, which we've never done before, don't recommend, but knew that when we got over here we'd have a place that we could empty them, and so that did definitely cut down on our gas mileage some. So we don't want to do that as a regular thing, but towing in the rain and with the tanks full and everything, not a problem in the world. And like I said, this is Chickasaw National Recreation Area, and let me just show you, this is gorgeous. Look for our review of this park.
We've made another leg of the trip.
Stop 4 of 5 on this trip, and towed some in the Arbuckle Mountains today, and no, those are nothing compared to the Rockies, we know. But still, it's just getting a little bit more experience, a little bit more
Yes.
opportunity to see how the van does, and
It's doing beautifully.
towing is no problem, and it
In a
rides.
strong wind today.
There was a pretty good wind today, and hopefully these birds don't take us off. But pretty good wind today, and a lot of traffic. We were on an interstate today. The last time we towed, we were nowhere near an interstate at all. But we're getting to have a variety of conditions that we're towing in, and it rides well.
Yes.
And when we have the pets and everything in here, it is really quiet.
Yes. Hi. This is the last leg of our journey other than driving home. We're at Mineral Wells State Park, and Sharon has towed for about 800 miles.
And it has done a beautiful job, And a few things I want to mention that we just, in the course of the video, haven't gotten to yet. One is, as I was loading up, I found there's actually an outlet in the back. And so should we be in the heat of the summer and need a little more circulation for the pets, we can just plug a fan in straight to that. Another is, at one of the stops, we were a little bit higher when we were out walking some paths and stuff, and saw there are actually connections on the roof ready that you can put a roof rack up there and have luggage or bikes or kayaks or something like that. So that came on this one as well. If the van did not come with a brake controller, it did come, ours was used, a 2017, but in the glove box it had a pigtail ready for wiring for the brake controller. That was not something I was comfortable doing. Knew we were going to discount hitches to have the running boards put on anyway, but it came equipped with that, so if you're a do-it-yourself kind of a person, it's ready. It did come with the Class 4 hitch, so everything, it had the tow package, so it was ready that way. It is gas powered, but the towing capacity for the NV is 9,400 pounds. We knew we wanted something that was going to be way above what we actually needed. One of the reasons we weighed our trailer was to find out what's going to be the minimum, and we felt that if it would tow at least 7,000, 7,500, we had enough of a cushion. With this one, man, we got it made in spades. And so the other thing is the ride.
The ride is great. It's good for us, and it's good for the pets. They don't seem bothered by the ride at all.
And when it is loaded down and we have the pets and all, and we're actually towing, it, even with these shelves, it's really quiet.
Yes.
It's not silent. It's not like it is in a Lexus or something. But for a cargo van, I'm extremely impressed.
Yes, I am too.
And so we happened to see somebody at Cleburne State Park that was towing with one. I stopped and talked to them, asked them how they liked it. They loved it. They were using a passenger version. And here at Lake Mineral Well State Park, as we were pulling out, going to meet some friends this morning, saw that there was there's a passenger version of the NV here that someone was using to tow a decent-sized travel trailer. So we hope you've enjoyed our look at our first longer trip using the NV as our tow vehicle. And we look forward to a lot more trips in the future and hope you come along for the journey.
Thanks for watching Two Tired Teachers.